What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Marvel Debate. I'm your co-host, Darren Badmouth Beasley, and who are you?
I'm your co-host, Josh Meany.
And today we are discussing, it might be a debate. Well, it's kind of like a minor debate, depending on who takes what side or whatever. But haven't really came to a conclusion on this one yet. Scarlet Witch versus Doctor Strange.
Right.
If they were to fight each other to the death. Right.
To death.
That's
Is there anyone you're leaning towards? Because personally, I want to root for Scarlet Witch. I want to do it.
Right.
But it's just, they're both so powerful. So powerful.
Yeah. So, one of the episodes that we recorded last time, I talked about Thanos. I think I talked about his armor. I think it was the Ultron versus Thanos thing. And I was wrong because I rewatched that scene in Endgame where Thanos and Scarlet Witch square off.
Mm-hmm.
And his armor is so durable that when she starts to take it apart, she only takes it apart in layers.
Yeah, if she peels it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like it all just bursts apart or it all crumples in or anything like that. So his armor is on some god-level strength. I mean, because Scarlet Witch ripped apart Ultron's body pretty quick. Or she pulled the heart out of his chest or whatever.
Yeah.
So his armor, I don't know. That's not really relevant, but I don't know. That's been eating away at my consciousness.
It also goes to show how powerful Scarlet Witch is.
Yes.
So, let's talk about offense. What is Doctor Strange going to do to Scarlet Witch on the offense?
That's the tricky part because there's so many things that he could do. In fact, he has so many things at his disposal. I don't even know of them all.
Right. And we got to try to think of things we've seen him do, not things from like the comic books or anything, because I'm sure it goes on and on. From what we've seen him do, could he use?
Here's the thing, right? I don't understand why he can't. If I was Doctor Strange, I would confuse the living hell out of Scarlet Witch, and then I would just open up a portal in her midsection and then close it. I would slice her in half. Like, that just seems to be in the ultimate way. If you could get someone in between a portal and then close it, like they did on that guy Infinity War, what's his name? Cole Obsidian. They cut his hand off. Like that's, you could cut someone in half. So
yeah, he's got morals though, so he uses it like sparingly.
Uses what, the portals?
Yeah, like because it can cut people, but I mean he could have won everything just on his own, just start cutting things with portals. He's got morals, though. That's what's holding him back there.
I guess so.
Scarlet Witch's morals seem to be dropping a little bit. Maybe not a steep dive, but
right.
What we're seeing in WandaVision, she's a little unhinged right now.
Yeah, I'd say that. But you have to remember this is a death match, so morals don't. He's gonna kill her.
Okay, so then if morals don't count, and Doctor Strange has to just go in and start using the portals. What can Scarlet Witch do to stop that?
There is something that she could do to stop it, and that's to stop him, because it takes him a second to generate a portal.
Right.
And then not only does he have to generate the portal, he has to somehow get her. He has to get her into the portal or in between the gateway of the portal to close it on her in time. Like he has never.
That's going to be tricky because she can like rapid fire. She can just keep throwing at him like. So he really has to get that chance.
Yeah. And that would be a tricky chance. But again, Doctor Strange got a lot of things up his sleeve, like the chains of Sidorak when he used it against Thanos. He cloned himself, and then the red chains that came out and grabbed him.
Yeah.
I don't think that would stop Scarlet Witch. I think she would get out of it because her power is that immense. But I think that he could at least hold her in place for a little while. I think he can hold her in place for a little while. Maybe he has something up his sleeve. Maybe he's going to drop a boulder on her head or something like that without her looking. Also, momentum. See, that's the thing. I feel like Doctor Strange he's too clever. Like, if you take, why can't you do this, right? Why can't you fling an object and open a portal and send it and then open the portal somewhere else and shoot that object out. So like if I dropped something,
You could.
yeah, right. If I drop something from a very high, from a high place, it's gonna reach terminal velocity on the way down. And if I open a portal at the bottom, and then I open up a portal behind you on your back, that item will go into the ground with the same velocity and come through and hit you in the back of the head. So
Well, he was
there's
almost
so many
playing with
things.
that. He was almost playing with that with Spider-Man. Remember, he kept opening the portal, and Spider-Man would come out and punch Thanos, and then he'd disappear through a portal, and then Spider-Man
Yeah.
would come out the portal again. That he was almost playing with it right there. He was just
Yeah.
sending Spider-Man right at Thanos over and over.
Yeah,
That's
that
insane.
that is. I mean, you could do that with other objects and things like that. You can get super creative, and that actually goes to show that he can create portals pretty quickly. Doesn't take him that long.
Yeah, that is true. It's
Um,
almost Scarlet Witch is so powerful, but Doctor Strange, he's more trained in what he can do. As Scarlet Witch is like, as we see in WandaVision, she's obviously figuring out that she can do more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like Doctor Strange, he's the Sorcerer Supreme. He's completely trained. Like if he trains her, it would give her a better chance at him. You know what I mean? But from where
Uh-huh.
we are now, I mean, from everything we're saying, Doctor Strange does have that advantage of just being more trained and knowing what he's doing. Like,
yeah, and the time stone.
I feel like we got to take that out. He has to have that put away. He can't be using that shit.
Well, it's
That's
part of
cheating.
Doctor Strange. I don't know what
Yeah.
he would do with it. I'm not sure what he would do with it. I mean, what would he? How would that? I mean,
Keep rewinding, giving yourself some more time, maybe. I don't know.
could he freeze her? Maybe he could freeze her in time.
Yeah, maybe. I feel
And
like
then
you
just kill
should
her.
be able to do that.
Yeah, and then just go ham on her and kill her. I
Mm-hmm.
think. But she's extremely powerful. Could
She
she
is.
be limited to the time stone? I mean, remember when Thanos was slamming on her? I mean, when oh no, actually no, I don't know. Well, she was holding back Thanos with like this beam, and he
Mhm.
had all the stones except for the time stone. And he had to struggle with it. Obviously, the gauntlet was helping him because he was able to like move through it.
Mm-hmm.
But like, does that work the other way, where you strike her with the power of an Infinity Stone? Could she defend herself against Infinity powers?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Not really sure. One thing she could do is make a force field around him, kind of try to contain him, because obviously she can make really strong force fields. I mean, when Crossbones blew up, she contained that explosion.
Yeah.
She didn't handle it very well, but she contained it. You know what I mean? That's another thing that she could do. Try to you feel like you gotta not give Doctor Strange too much time to plot and think while you're fighting
Right.
him. You just gotta really just keep going at him, because if he gets a couple seconds to figure something out, I mean,
Well, that's the thing. What's going to stop? Here's actually a dilemma that I came across thinking about the Endgame scene. Okay, so if that scene in Endgame is accurate, which I don't even know if it is, if you really think about it, like, you mean to tell me that Scarlet Witch versus Thanos 1-on-1, Scarlet Witch has got it like that? It's that easy for her to do it?
she had that, yeah.
I mean, at that point, then she has Doctor Strange, right? Why can't she just pick him up and kill him? I mean, seriously, what is he gonna do? Try to move his arms?
Well, Doctor
You know,
Strange
she
would have
can-
had Thanos if Thanos didn't have the stones.
Huh?
I said Doctor Strange would have had Thanos if Thanos didn't have the stones. That's the only reason,
Yep.
like, Doctor Strange lost to him. I think Doctor Strange would have had Thanos also in
Yeah, I think
that
so too.
situation, because, you know what I mean?
I think so too. But he has to do more than one thing. He has to like
Mhm.
you have to understand that it's hard to compare the two battle scenes because it was the Avengers versus Thanos, and there's a lot going on. I know they had their time where they squared off 1-on-1, and Doctor Strange held his own for a while. I think
Mhm.
he would be able to beat Thanos 1-on-1 without the stones. But I think that Scarlet Witch it was extremely easy, and it was extremely one-sided, and it really didn't take long. She is going to dispense of Thanos faster than Doctor Strange will, and I think
Yeah.
that's going to come into play because again,
Yeah.
what What she did to Thanos, why can't she do that to Doctor Strange?
Yeah, why can't she just grab him and start doing? And then what the hell is he gonna do? He doesn't have any armor. First thing to start ripping through is your skin.
Exactly. He's gonna explode.
Oh man, this would be an insane fight.
But then it's like, does his cape fly off and like go around her face or something? Is he able to still? He could still talk, so maybe he can whisper some sort of spell that could. I see. I
Uh,
don't know. I don't know all his capabilities. I will say though, when it comes to the Force Shield, I
I'm
think
trying to think of anything that he could do to get out of that. Create a portal,
I don't
try to
know.
get through it. If he has the time stone, if he can somehow move his hands and use it, rewind and be like, all right, I'm gonna be careful for that.
Well, that would just happen again. Like, what are you gonna do to stop that?
Well, he'd have another couple seconds to think, so maybe he can now throw a move. You know what I mean, to make that not happen. Goes back in time, and then right before she does it, throws her through a freaking portal or something,
Right. But at some point,
or chop her in half with a portal.
yeah, that's what I mean. You got to try to chop her in half with a portal. Okay, but how would he do that? And even then though, even if he goes back in time for that brief period in time to make sure that he doesn't get caught in that, his counterattack, his preemptive counterattack, better be the one that kills her, because if not, she will just get him back in the same position again.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And with the force shield, her creating a force shield around him, I think he could just teleport out of it. I think if he's on the ground and you try to
Uh,
contain him, I don't see why he can't just open a portal behind him.
I don't know.
I mean, underneath him though. I mean,
I still can't confidently give it to either one of them. I can't. I can't confidently say I think Scarlet Witch would win, and I can't confidently say Doctor Strange would win. Like, there's so many
I
things
think
that they could do. I'm like, I don't know. I still don't know. I still have no idea.
I feel like I got to give. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know. I wouldn't use the word confident. I wouldn't say I'm
Uh,
confidently giving it to one, but I have to
the
give the edge to
edge.
Scarlet Witch just because of what she did to Thanos. If that's even
Hmm.
true, like you do realize that that is like it seems kind of like exaggerated. Like I don't know if her power, if it's like really you could do that the entire time. You know, it's like why didn't you just?
That's another thing. But she is that powerful, and she's starting to learn more that she can do. Like, look at her in WandaVision. How is she doing that? You mean to tell me she can do that now? You know what I'm
Right. So
saying? Like,
the idea is that she didn't realize she could do all of these things.
I guess so. I don't know the limit to her powers. I really don't. At this point, I'm not surprised by anything. If she starts teleporting, I'll be like, oh, oh,
Right.
okay. Like, I don't know anymore. I feel like I thought I knew the extent of her powers, but like I don't know anything about Scarlet Witch, like in the comics, and her and Vision, and they're like I know they have a family, but I don't know anything about it. House of M, but like, yeah, I don't know the extent of her powers. So like her fully trained, like that's what I'm hoping for with Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Like I think she might be an antagonist in that movie, which would be really cool. And
Yeah.
I just hope that Doctor Strange takes her under his wing and shows her how to like use her powers, lock into what she can really do. I think with training, she could be the most powerful person in the MCU, really.
Well, I think I always
Or one of them.
interpreted the Doctor Strange movie to be she's a villain.
Yeah.
That's that. So that's the way I always thought of it. That Doctor
I
Strange would
think an
eventually meet her.
antagonist, but maybe not full. Because how villain are they gonna put Scarlet Witch? Is she gonna start killing people? Is she gonna like what? What are they gonna? I'm not saying I'm against it because like that will show some balls on the MCU, and I'm with it. Like you guys want to go there, let's fucking go. But are they gonna do that? Like I don't know. So like I think she'll be an antagonist, but you don't have to be full on. She could be the problem, obviously, mess
Yeah.
everything up, and he's got to start to reason with her. But then I could see them, by the end of the movie, she's back on the good side. They're not gonna do away with. She's not gonna lose and be out of the MCU or anything. So her
Yeah.
to
I
take
mean,
take her under his wing, show her how to really use her powers and understand them. She she can mold into something completely different than even what she was introduced as, just almost too powerful. Yeah, maybe
right.
they shouldn't do that. It'd be like Captain Marvel level. power. At that point, just have them two solve everything. You don't need a whole team. Captain Marvel,
Right,
Scarlet
exactly.
Witch, go in there and do it.
Well, it's cool about having a character. If Scarlet Witch got that powerful, is that her psychological um, position, like her perceptions and her emotions, is what would govern her to be different than all the other heroes. So
Uh-huh.
like, oh, you have someone like, okay, let's say Captain Marvel could just solve any problem. It's like, yeah, but what if she doesn't want to? Or what if she wants to do something else, or what if she's going to do it in a certain way? Like that it gets pretty interesting. I mean, that's pretty much what they did with Thor, right? They
Mm.
just made him fat, useless, and depressed. It's like, yeah, he's super powerful. He can solve everything with Stormbreaker, except now he just doesn't want to use it. It's like, okay, I mean, there is you know, um, a creative space there that I
Uh-huh.
enjoy. I think again they did his character dirty, because he could have redeemed himself, but that's a whole nother topic. I always
Yeah, we'll see what they do
envisioned,
with the Thor character from here.
huh?
And we'll see what they do with the Thor character from here
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
going
know.
forward.
But I always envisioned Doctor Strange and Scarlet Witch having some sort of conflict in the movie, um, and in that conflict, I don't think Doctor Strange would be trying to kill her, like kind of like what we're talking about. But
Mm-hmm.
she might be trying to kill him.
That'd be, oh man, I hope they go there. Like, she's just so broken. Name one MCU movie where something that she was in that something terrible didn't happen to her.
I don't know. Well, Endgame, right?
Endgame, yeah, it's just that nothing good happened. They have that scene at Tony's funeral. Her and Hawkeye, she's broken in that scene. Like, she's
Yeah.
still very she's miserable. Everything went wrong for her. The poor girl from fucking movie one. Everything from there. Like, she finally found love, and she gets to see Vision die in front of her twice. Once
she
by
kills
her
him.
hands. Yeah, once by her. She had to do it, and then that was for nothing. That
Right.
feeling of I killed him for. He brought him back and ripped it out of his. That poor girl. Like, I just understand if she just breaks and crack. Like, I understand that she's like this in WandaVision. I'm not surprised by it. I'm like, yeah, like, she's fucked up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
They can do so
agree.
much with her character. They really can.
Yeah. So with her creating this world too. I mean, like back to the fight with Wanda and Doctor Strange. Like, can she create this world around him that he has to explore?
That's the thing. I feel like she didn't just create this world. This is just my theory. I can't bring myself to believe that she figured out how to just create this whole world. This takes place how many days after the blip when everyone comes back? You know what I mean? Not long, because Monica Rambeau, you see her come back. Like, you tell me in that time period she figured out, there's got to be another hand in play here. There has to be some sort of other character that's causing this. I don't believe she was just able to create this world. I believe that she's figuring out how to control it. That makes sense. But I just don't believe that she was able to just create the world.
Why is it
so soon?
How would it make sense if she could control it?
I think her being able to figure out that she can, because what would put her in a situation to actually create a world? I could see her being in this fucked up world and starting to learn that she has some control. I can get on board with that, even though I can't explain how she figures that out. I can get on board with that easier than her just wondering. I can create a completely different world. Her just being able to figure that out in a couple days, rather than her being put in this world maybe and starting to figure out she can actually control it somehow.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, well, you have to understand that world that she's in is an actual town. It's not like she created all the buildings and created all the people. She can't create life. She still can't create life.
Right. Yeah, she's
those two
taking
kids
those
are
people.
not hers.
Yeah.
Right. And so the thing with that is, like, it's all an illusion. And she's the star of it. And she's in ultimate control. In fact, she's in control of time. She has control of time.
Which is weird. It doesn't fall in line with, like, I don't get how she's able to do that. There has to be another hand in play. I can't believe it's even hard to believe that she's able to control that world that she's in. Honestly,
to the extent that she can do it.
I find it harder to believe that she was able to just figure this out, start pulling people in. People start forgetting about Westfield, and I really can't believe that. But I feel like there has to be another hand in place. Somebody put her there. Maybe that somebody who put her there, if they're that powerful, they're giving her the control somehow. Like
Right, but
keeping
why?
her. I don't know. That's the thing. I can't wait to see how it unfolds. I don't
Well,
know,
so
but
that's
I
the thing.
strongly
Well,
believe there has to be another hand. There's another hand in here that we don't know about yet.
Well,
There has
if
to be.
if that hand is the hand that created the world and put her in it as the star of her own show, that I just doesn't make any sense to me. Why would I
Yeah,
believe
I
that?
don't know why you would do it. That's what. It's almost exciting if that is if that is what's going on. I want to know why. What is going on? Who is this character? Where is he from?
Right,
Or
right. But I'm
she?
I'm using
But I
that.
don't know. I just don't know. I
I'm
don't know
using
why they would put her there. I have no idea.
right. I'm using the fact that it wouldn't make sense to sort of. It's not compelling to me. That's not
Hmm.
compelling to me. Like in other words, if the other hand had a reason, if this other person had a reason that somehow came through in the show, then it would be more believable. But I just
Maybe the reason
I
could be they want to see her mess up the multiverse, and that sets the courses for the next couple films that are going to deal with the multiverse getting all messed up. Maybe
well, is
that's
she in the?
maybe that's
Is
the
she
evil
in?
plan. They're like, let's take this broken person, throw her in here. We know how powerful she is. Let's see her mess it up, almost like what she did to Tony in Age of Ultron. Messed with his head, and then he was kind of like, okay, he made Ultron. That's kind of what she wanted him to do. Maybe it's something like that.
Yeah, but what does yeah, is this in the multiverse? Is this in the multiverse?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it is.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. Well, this is gonna set this. Everything that happens is gonna set the path for the next like phase of the MCU, which is gonna be dealing heavily with the multiverse. So I think, yeah, by the end, something is gonna mess up with the multiverse because of what she's doing. Because this is gonna lead into Spider-Man 3, which is gonna be dealing with the multiverse, and then Multiverse of Madness, Doctor Strange 2, and then Kevin Feige said there's gonna be other movies that are also dealing with the multiverse. So I'm guessing Ant-Man 3, Quantumania, which has Kang the Conqueror, who wants to take over the multiverse. He's supposed to be in that movie. So this whole new phase is all dealing with the multiverse, and this movie is supposed to kick it off. So I think it's going to be dealing heavily. Not from what we see, she just took over this town. But
Right.
from what I know outside, I believe that by the end.
Yeah, it might get more disgusting. And if she meets Doctor Strange in Multiverse of Madness, I kind of feel like in WandaVision, the show's not going to end with her getting caught or stopped. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, I don't think so at all. I think she like man, I think by the end, this is on the path to being one of my favorite things from the MCU, period. If they end this right, this is so different going into it, and
Yeah.
it's just as weird and different as I wanted it to be. And yeah, if this ends right, I years from now I'll be like, yeah, WandaVision, one of my favorite things to come out of the MCU. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, yeah, I love it. I love it so far, and I
Yeah.
can't wait to see the downward spiral, because just Multiverse of Madness says it all. She messed everything up,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
and
I
she's
hope so.
unstoppable. What are they gonna do? What's Jimmy Woo and Darcy gonna do? What are
Well,
they
that's
gonna
the thing.
do?
Are they going to call? Why don't they just call Doctor Strange?
Maybe they will. Maybe they will. Maybe Doctor Strange will pop up by the end.
And
That'd
if
be
he
cool.
goes in there, now that's another question. If he goes in there to fight Scarlet Witch, that's not going to be good.
Imagine that's how it ends. Season finale, Doctor Strange shows up, he goes in, and they almost stand there like they're about to fight, like he's trying to reason with her, and he ends up seeing that there's nothing else he can do. She's broken, and they like go to fight, and it just ends.
That'd be terrible.
I'd be like, I'd fucking lose my shit.
Unless the
dog.
movie was coming out a month later, that'd be horrible. Because they just pick up the fight a month from now.
Yeah. Well, Doctor Strange is gonna be in Oh yeah, that one makes sense, because Doctor Strange is supposed to be in the next Spider-Man movie, which is the next thing to come out.
Oh, okay.
Imagine
No,
this is
so-
where they show us like a Tobey Maguire Spider-Man or something at the end, just fucking completely just blow everyone's mind.
Oh, so here's the thing, right? If Doctor Strange were to go into that realm, I think Scarlet Witch would have him by the balls. I think that would. I don't think he would
Because it's like
stand.
her world at that point.
It's her world.
Yeah.
It's completely her world. And that whole confusion thing, oh God. See, if they were fighting outside of that realm, I truly believe. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like Scarlet Witch has it. But I know that.
But how prepped is he? You know what
Right,
I mean? You see, like, did I read a few books before I went down there? Like, all right, I got to deal with this particular thing. Let me read up on it, and then I'll head down. And
Well,
he
he
head
knows
down. He
he's seen-
shuts it down. Like, no,
Yeah,
we're
I'm
done
sure.
here.
I'm sure he's aware of what she was capable to do to Thanos. I'm sure she's
Uh-huh.
aware. I'm sure he's aware of that.
Yeah.
And I know he can confuse her. He can clone himself. He can change the environment. He could
Mhm.
definitely confuse her and trick her. But
And
will
he's very
he be able to
calm.
do that?
Like, no matter what he was going through versing Thanos, he remained pretty calm. Like,
Yeah.
he's very calm, cool, collected, figuring out what he's gonna do. She's emotionally unstable. Like,
Right.
she grabs Thanos and she just goes for it. You know what I mean? Like, so he has
She
that
broke his
too.
sword, by the way. That
She
sword
did?
that he had, she broke it. Yeah.
Broke it, grabbed. That's crazy. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
That's next level powerful in the MCU. She's not holding Stormbreaker. No, she walked in a nice fitted outfit and she's like, she fucked Thanos up. That's crazy.
I know, it's
She
scary.
doesn't need no weapons, nothing. She's just like, I got it.
But you know what? I feel like Captain Marvel would give it to her.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, Captain Marvel's the supreme. Like, I don't know who's more powerful than Captain Marvel.
I think maybe Thor was Stormbreaker.
Maybe.
Yeah. Only because he's been
I
around.
mean, she
he's like
took down ships. She just.
I know,
What's he gonna do?
but remember he did the same thing. He did the same thing in Infinity War. He literally
That's true,
just
when he
flew
showed
inside
up.
the ship.
Yeah,
He did the
that's
same
true.
exact thing.
Now
and
that's a fight. Now that
He's 1,500 years old. He's 1,500 years old. Like, he's been in a lot of combat
he's
scenarios.
beating wars by himself.
Yes, and she's not like she
Yeah.
wouldn't even fight that dude hand to hand at the end. She wouldn't
Uh-huh.
even fight him. Remember, it's like, so I don't think she has it. Like, when it comes down to who's gonna fight each other, I think Thor's definitely gonna take that edge. But
Yeah.
he needs Stormbreaker. He needs Stormbreaker. Period. He needs Stormbreaker. He's not doing it with Mjolnir. So, yeah.
Damn. That'd be a good fucking fight.
Yeah, well, that could be our next topic. Stormbreaker Thor versus Captain Marvel. Because I think I'd want to give it to Stormbreaker Thor. I'd want to.
Yeah, that sounds like a good one. For the next one, I gotta think about it. But yeah, we're about GG. So that's our thoughts on Doctor Strange versus WandaVision. Drop down in the comment section. Let us know who you guys think would win. Are you guys watching WandaVision? What do you think about it? Drop down in the comment section. Tell us. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. I'm Josh Meany. This is Darren Beasley. No, they're
That's
definitely
it
ain't
for
gonna
now,
like.
folks. Pieces.